Hi everyone, it's your girl Christy here, and we have my husband Toby Fadiran, and we are just going to give a brief insight on a topic. Before then, I just want to let us know that we have TikTok lives every week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, depending on our schedule, but we always have it updated on our bio. We have different conversations like who is the head of the house, or why is a man automatically the head of the house. We've had conversations about religious difference, where Africans feel we should have African traditional religion as opposed to Christianity. My views are different because I am a Christian. We've had about conversation about who should be the provider in the house, about finances and marriage and the likes. But today we're going to be talking about whether marriage is overrated or not. And this is based on 2026 going forward. So over to him.
So for me personally, I feel like marriage is overrated in the sense that there are different challenges that impact, for example, the kids, which could easily be, be a simple situation, but things like somebody invading your space, trying to adapt to that space, or commitment, coming from different backgrounds, different challenges, and that is now impacting the so-called value of marriage. How it's very, very important. But let me not talk too much. Let me take over.
Well, for me, it's very hard to pick a side with this, but because I value marriage so much, I would say marriage is not overrated. It all depends on one's view of marriage or the experience of marriage. When I say experiences, you don't necessarily have to be married to have an opinion about marriage. It could be from your home, how you viewed your parents' marriage, your friends' marriage, relatives' marriage, your sisters and the likes. So that could change your perspective. But to me, I feel like if you're getting married for the right reasons, marriage is going to be beautiful. If you are wise and you don't overlook the red flags and you marry your partner, your companion, you will experience the beauties of marriage. Because at the end of the day, I feel it's a beautiful thing to be able to raise your children in a home where there's a mom and a dad. But I'm not disregarding single parents. Some it's beyond their control, and some it's their personal choice, and I respect that. But this is my personal opinion. Overall, I feel it's a beautiful thing to have a helping hand where you work together to raise your children. That's one of the pointers. Over to you again.
Yeah, so once again, I'll go back to the community pressure. There's a lot of, tagging or, oh, why not married, especially when one reaches a certain age. So there's that already pre-marriage pressure from the community. And then when you get into the relationship, into the marriage, there's that community pressure once again. It could be from family of, oh, just stay in there right on through. So all these exaggerated value from external factors is what I feel like they make marriage overrated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just to add on that, I feel like it's also a problem where community tends to put pressure on especially women, because apparently women have a time clock. If you want to be a mom and the likes, we know that there's like a time clock for the women as opposed to the men. And it's just a society view that a woman should get married as soon as possible. I feel that pressure puts people in a place where they get married for the wrong reason, because of their time clock, their age and society, and you thereby overlook red flags. You get into a marriage and you're not happy. Remember, in a marriage, you're trusting your life, you're trusting your finance, you're trusting your children and your future with this person. So it's a very huge gamble. So it's not something to take lightly. But to say it's overrated, no, I don't think so.
Well, I feel it is, because once again, another thing I remember is career. I feel like a lot of people's career path is been impacted because of marriage, like, oh, someone who has a good career, maybe is a medical doctor or an accountant, and just be like, go get married, and the next thing you know, marriage just derails or just holds the person's peak. I feel like a lot of people could go way higher, but the moment they get married, but let me not speak for anyone everywhere, for people, it's just my own opinion and how I see things.
To touch on that, it depends on people's values. Some people value a home more than a career. So for some people, we've met some people who they're medical doctors and the like, but they're like, they want to settle down because that's what they value and that's what they love. And as much as they've worked so hard in their career, when it comes to building a home or having their children, they want to prioritize that and their career comes second. And I don't think that's something to blame on marriage. It's someone's personal preference and values. Now, the problem is when it's forced and it's not something you're happy with, that is a question to debate about. But then we all have a choice to make. It is up to you to make that choice.
But those preferences, they are influenced by this marriage tag, you know. But yeah, let's not talk too much. We'll leave the rest to the live. Come join our live. Follow our pages, you know. We're on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. Just look
And
for
Facebook.
Christy, and Facebook. Just look for Christy and Toby Fadiran.
And you'll see us. Look, our lives are always interesting. Those who've been there, please be in the comment section. Let them know. But then please feel free to share your opinion in the comment section. I personally would like to see what your views are. But until then, see you. Peace.